Hi guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. We're working on a 2012, I believe it's a 2008, 2012. They're all the same model years, same motor. Well, we got the V6, but this is the V4 K24 engine, and we're going to be replacing the water pump. I'm going to show you every single step of the way, show you the tools we need, and basically so you can get it home done and don't have to pay a local mechanic. It's a pretty simple job. The pump, they got it from O'Reilly's with under my account. It came out to like $57, I believe it's like maybe $80 for the pump. So we're getting it from O'Reilly, so I can't recommend, link below, where to buy it. Just go to O'Reilly's, tell them your model, your car, and you should get it. But without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get started by taking out the power steering pump. Actually, we're gonna loosen the belt. So the first thing, we're gonna take the tensioner, loosen the belt, and then we can proceed with taking out power steering, alternator, until we get to the pump, which the pump is right where I'm pointing at. It's right under this pulley. That pulley right there, that's the water pump. So without further ado, let's get started, get all the tools, and get this job done. First thing we're gonna do is, I did remove the power steering, reservoir. I just put it to the side for now. Tensioner is right here with a 14. I suggest getting the actual tool for that. You can rent it, whatever. But what I did was I took a 14, and this 14, I have it for these type of motors like TSX, Honda Accords. And I shaved it in half so I can fit it on this bolt right here, which is a tensioner right there. Let me get closer for you guys. Oh, that's too close. That 14 right here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put this half cut 14 in there, and then use this extension ratchet to give me that leverage to be able to lefty loosey, righty tighty. So we're gonna loosen the belt, and that's the first thing we're gonna do here. So you're gonna want to go this way with it, and like I said, the reason why I shaved it in half is because you got this boot right here for the motor mount that's gonna be in the way, and then your tool will get stuck. So you don't want that to happen. And trust me, I had to hit a hammer right here with a flathead, and I broke the actual whole tensioner. So that's why I'm saying get the actual tool for it, or shave a 14 down half, and then you're able to loosen the belt with no issues and take your tool out with no problem. Kenny, do me a favor, take that the belt off. You see the belt? Just push it to the left. Yep, just put it to the left. Yeah, and just like that, the belt comes right off. The belt off the alternator and that tensioner. So it is going to come off. Just remember how it goes. If you don't remember, you can look up online, or actually take a paper and write down, kind of draw out the belt. And then sometimes you do have up here somewhere, though, usually there's a little picture that shows you how the belt goes. So I do definitely recommend this customer get the tensioner, get the belt while we're at it doing the water pump. But let's keep on going. What we're going to be taking off are these 14mm bolts. So you got one here next to the power steering pump, and then you got one that's right here. Let me see if I can show it to you. Right there. So 1 and 2. Trying to record at the same time. You guys already know I don't got a GoPro, so I got to work with my Google Pixel 8 Pro. That's all I got for now. And again, this tool just comes in handy just because of the leverage and the extension part. That's where you get all the manpower. You can put muscle to it, But I think I'm gonna need both hands for this because I can't seem to get it there. One hand hold the camera at the same time. Let's see. Yep. All right, and then lefty loosey, and just like that. Remove those 2 bolts. Trying to do everything possible so I don't gotta remove the power steering line, so we don't have power steering leaking going everywhere. So I'm trying to just kind of wedge it on the left side here. Hopefully it just won't be in my way. And yeah, it's just because if anything, you would have to take this 10mm out. If you really want to take the pump out, just take these 10mm out, and this one right here, and then the pump comes right out. It won't be in your way. But I'm trying to do it so I don't have to, have no leaks or having to, refill and then air out the line and the power steering pump. So I'm gonna try to do it that way. If not, you're gonna have to remove these 2 again and take that one out. And then when you do fill it up, you're gonna have to bleed, let the air out the power steering pump. So let's see if I can get some tools in there, and then hopefully I don't gotta take the pump out. Actually, it's being in the way for me, so I'm just gonna take the clamp out, remove it out of here. And once I remove it, it is gonna leak a little bit of power steering fluid, but hopefully not too much. Oh, not too much. All right, and then wedge this somewhere so it won't leak, and then we're gonna go ahead and just put the power steering pump over here. I see, that's perfect. Now you have more area to work with. All right, so next, what I'm going for, as I can see, would be the you could start taking out the alternator bolt here from the bracket, and then the tensioner has this bolt right here, which I believe is a 12 or 14. We're about to find out in a second. And I believe that's a 12 too. I think these are both 12. Let's just see. Why not? We're already here. Let's see. 12, 12, 12, 12. Let's do a small 12. 12 right here. All right. Put a 12 right there. And I was correct. So those are 12. All right. So I removed this bolt. Remove that one. And I believe there should be another one somewhere over there. We'll find out in a second. This car needs a little bit of work, but let's keep on going. Remove the bolt here that goes for the alternator, which is this one right over here. That one. Actually, no, I lied. That's not it. Where is it? Somewhere up there, right here. The skinnier one. So that is the 12 that came out of there. Took the nut out of here. And then now we're gonna do a 12 deep socket on the bolt for the tensioner here, so we can take the tensioner out the way. Loosey, righty tighty. Oh, we're gonna go left here. As you can see, that whole tensioner is moving out. I'm moving out of its place, out of its home. Oh, gonna keep going and going and going and going. You know, make it much easier if I had the power ratchet and all that, but you know, we're working what we got. Luckily, the customer was genuine enough to hook me up with that other toolbox. You know, it's much organized than my tools. My tools are all over the place, honestly. Let's see if that's enough to remove it. Nope, it's still in there, so we're just gonna keep going. Lefty loosey, baby. Let's keep on going here. Come on. Once you got that bolt all loosed up, there you go, baby. That's your tensioner out the way. And that needs to get replaced too as well. I'll let the customer know. And we're one step closer. So now we're gonna go towards the alternator. One more bolt should be holding it in the bottom. We're gonna take this connector off here now that we're already up here. Now I'm gonna need both hands for this. Oh, no, there you go. And then after that, then we'll get to the water pump. So it's just taking out the alternator, then getting to the bolt of the alternator pump here. Leak out coolant. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna drain out all the coolant. Honestly, because we're getting new coolant anyways. You're gonna locate your cockpit. I believe it's called a cock something. I don't freaking know, but hopefully that don't demonetize me on YouTube. But you're gonna get some type of pliers or something. I'm just gonna use some wire cutters for now, just to loosen it up. And then once you loosen it up, you're gonna want to drain it right in the drain pan. Oh, we're just gonna drain all the coolant out of here, because once you take the pump out, it's gonna go everywhere. So we're gonna let this drain. Gonna let that do its thing. Shouldn't have too much because it was leaking. That's why we're replacing the water pump. So we're gonna let that all run down there while we're working up here, and then keep on going while we're taking the alternator out. To go blindly, honestly, to look for the other bolt. So you know, the one for the top of the alternator is here. The one for the bottom, it's like, if you see this little kind of flame, whatever it's called, follow it down, kind of feel it, and you'll feel a 12mm bolt. So it's like kind of diagonal from this one, like down that way. Feel it, put a deep socket 12 and take it out. All right, the one in the bottom is a 14. See that shiny right there? So I kind of just put the socket in there first. Then I'm gonna put the ratchet in there, and then lefty loosey, baby. That 14mm, so remember the bottom one's a 14, the top one is a 12. And then that should be enough to remove your alternator. And you're gonna have to wiggle it out. I have to kind of use both. Actually, I might not have enough room to actually, let me see. I might have room to not have to take the, yeah, I have room. So I'm just gonna, the alternator, I'm gonna leave it just like that and kind of just push it this way. And then we're gonna work towards these bolts right here, these 10mm bolts. I'll count how many there is in a second, and I'll let you know how many to remove it. What we're gonna go is now, or do, is take these 10mm out. So I'm gonna use this setup right here. A small, you know, for these top ones, but then you will need like a deep socket 10 to go, shit, let me put the camera here. So these right here, I can get them with this, but then you need a deep socket to go through the pulley, in between the pulley, and get some of those bolts out. And then I'll count how many there is after I remove the whole power steering pump. It's much easier. Take the, you know, put the car up, take the wheel off, and then your pump is right here. And then you're gonna wanna put a 10 socket, deep socket, and then kind of spin this around to get all the bolts that are around on this, you know, trying to get a camera angle for you, but let me rotate this. As you can see, a 10. All right, you see that 10 right there? That's one you have to take off. There's one on the other side. You kind of just spin this around until you get all the bolts out. Thing for this bolt right here, you're gonna wanna spin until you get the exact, you know, kind of leverage in there. How do you say it? You know, where you can get your tool to fit. And I'm using a small ratchet with a 10. I'll show you after I take it out, because I'm already in there and I don't want to take it out. I'll just show you real quick. And then you're going to loose it up. Once you took all the bolts out, you're just going to want to get a pry bar and kind of just pry it out. Put the camera there so you guys can see. You can see, just pry it out of there. It's going to be stuck in there a little bit just because of the, you know, the gasket maker and stuff like that. And it's going to leak out some coolant, so just be ready for that. That's why I have the... Oh, wow, well, it's leaking all the way where it's not supposed to. Okay. All right, we'll clean it up later. Anyways, just kind of pry it out until it comes out. And then, yeah, I'll be right back. Let me pry this out real quick. Once all those 10 millimeters are out, here is your water pump. And let's see if we got a surprise on the other side. And, I mean, I don't see nothing that normal than the gasket only being bad. It doesn't sound bad. But if you're gonna go all this way, you know, you might replace the whole pump, you know. So the gasket failed somewhere, maybe right here. Looks like someone put way too much RTV or something here. Anyways, that's how you remove a water pump. That's how you replace it. You basically reverse order everything I just did. So thank you for watching. Obviously, the next steps you guys want to do is clean all this up, you know, with the sandpaper. Make sure you clean the surface real good. And then when you put the new one in, make sure you put some RTV, some silicone of some type, just a little bit, not too much. Don't go crazy with it. And then install it back. Before you replace, you know, the water pump and you put it back, you want to make sure you clean the surface, the mating surface. So I'm going to go ahead and use a Gen and clean off as much tar and nastiness around it. And scrub it down with some type of scratch pad or something. Clean it up and then install it back, and you should be ready to go. But without further ado, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope this video helped you out in any way. If you did, make sure you guys give a like, share, comment, anything in the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.